Hello and welcome back to Voyager Pagoda. It's Yaniv, once again, back here with you. I want to apologize. It's been almost 2 months since, yes, I have last recorded. But life happens, you know. My car broke down. Had to spend actually, a little bit over $4,000 to get that fixed. Then we had some family emergencies and so on and so forth. But I'm back, okay? And just like the title says, I'm here to talk about pay here in TMC. Now, the rates are starting to go up because it's summertime. It's starting to get warmer. The rates are a little bit lower because of wintertime. You know, not a lot of freight. But I got a pretty good load. And this one is paying about over 5 grand, 5,800 to the truck. And I'll let you know at the very end how much I'm actually getting. But it's John Deere. I'm taking John Deere equipment. This is going to China. So I'm here at the port of Tacoma in Washington, D.C. I mean, no, Washington, D.C., the state of Washington. So I'm here in Tacoma, Washington. And this load has to get washed first before it goes to the port to be shipped out to China. But without further ado, let's get into the pay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. So let's go to my photos, TMC folder. All right, so let's start with when I first came to TMC. Okay, so I came to TMC August 27th. And while you are training, from the moment you enter orientation to the moment you finish with your trainer in his truck, however many weeks that is, you get $650 a week guaranteed. This is before taxes. I'm not showing you after taxes. This is before taxes. Once you are in your truck, let me go to the next one. I started in my truck September 10th. And for the first 2 weeks, you are guaranteed $1,000. So let's say your first 2 weeks, you only make about, let's just throw out a number, $627. Even if you make $627, TMC will guarantee you $1,000. Not 627, 1,000. For the first 2 weeks that you are in your truck. If you happen to make more than $1,000, well, guess what? You're gonna get paid $1,000 plus whatever else you make. Okay? So let's start here from December 2nd. I didn't get the first couple of weeks. I don't know what happened. I was trying to look for the other ones that I'd taken a picture of, and for some reason, I think I might have deleted it by mistake. But I was on what's called a holiday run. The holiday run, if you are able to get on the holiday run, it runs from right after Thanksgiving up until December, right before Christmas. So you'll be going home like December 23rd, December 24th, somewhere around there. Okay. January 6th, the reason why that is zero is because if you decide to volunteer for the holiday run, you get a week off, guaranteed. The only thing is you don't get paid for that. It's your choice if you want to do it or not. You're not obligated, and they're not going to force you. They're going to request, if you want to get on the holiday run, you got to sign up for it. You got to speak to your fleet manager when he or she puts it out. And everybody's going to sign up for that really fast because they want to get that week off. So just put your money away, because for that week, you're not going to get paid anything. Once I began running in January, I stood out and I was getting over $1,000. February 3rd, remember we're going from bottom to the top here, so February 3rd, my truck broke down that week, so I didn't really make a lot. After that, my fleet manager, what I've noticed that he does is that if I'm not making that much the week prior, he'll usually try and help me to make up for it the next following week. Him and I already have this agreement, and he tries to help me out where I want to make more than $5,000 to the truck for that week. Okay, so let's continue. So February, the whole month of February, I was over $1,000. February 24th, the reason that's $1,200 is because that was the week that we got hacked. I said this in another video where TMC had gotten hacked, our systems went down, we couldn't get dispatched. So for us not to lose any money, TMC paid us while we were sitting at home waiting until their systems came up. They gave us $1,200 guaranteed. March, beginning March 3rd, the reason that is zero is because I had a medical appointment where I had to get my teeth pulled. So I wasn't able to go to work that week, so I didn't get paid. But then the rest of March, I got 18, and 16 hundreds. All right, next page. So finishing up from the bottom, going to the top, I did really, really good March 31st. This was again because, like I just mentioned, my fleet manager, since I had to get that medical operation, he helped me make up for it. So I got over $2,000. April 7th, it was $850. I was in an area where I think I was in Texas that month, and just freight wasn't really coming out from that area really good. So I told my fleet manager, please keep me out of Texas. And then the 14th, $1,300. April 21st, he helped me make that up, $2,000. And then 18, 12, $1,400 in May 19th, May 26th, 18 and 12. June, made pretty good money, pretty good amount of money. June 16th, 2,900. That is my biggest one. That is the John Deere that I just showed you. So it's been a couple of more weeks since I've been able to make this video. So that's why I'm a little bit behind in making this video, even though I had started the recording on that day. Okay. So the week before that, $290. The reason I got paid is that there was a little bit of mix up with the delivery for that John Deere load. So what happened is that because even though I had gotten there on Friday, I had to go somewhere else. That was the washing that I had to do first. I had went to the port first instead of where I had to take it to be washed first. And it was because the days were mixed up when they dispatched me. I was supposed to get it washed first and then take it to the port of entry to be shipped off to China. So what they did was that they took that pay plus the pay that I got the week with that I have made, and that's the 2,900, which was pretty nice. But I had money in the bank, so I was able to cover myself for that week, pay my bills and all that. 6/30th, 1,500, and right now where we're at, on the 7th, my last paycheck was 1,400. So now with all that out of the way, let's discuss how you can be successful in TMC to be able to reach your full potential and get paid the maximum that you are able to achieve. So let's go to, I cut a little bit of my snap. You get this report after the first month that you're in your truck. So once you are in your truck for the first month, you will get this report. It'll show your percentages and everything that you did out of route. And I'll discuss Snap in a future video in more detail. But what I want to go over here are things that you can do automatically to be able to get as much points as you can so your percentage will go up because you are paid by percentage. So let's say if you make look it up in my booklet. So let's say like this week, I made $5,397.03 to the truck at 32% before taxes. That's including tarping the load. And again, I'll go over that more detail later on, but it's $1,837.03. So that's what I'm getting paid. But all this stuff that you see here, parking, appearance, which is truck wash, TQM courses, I'll go over that in a second, and endorsements. These are points that you can do yourself. That way you can get the most out of your pay. So let's start at the top, parking. Parking is worth 17 points. Parking is when you are at the consignee, you're at the point of delivery Sunday night before 9 p.m., before 2100. So for the first week, you get 3 points. Second week is 4 points. Third week is 5. Fourth week is 5, which is a total of 17 points. The reason that they want you to do this is because that way when you start off Monday morning, you got all the time back added to you. In other words, you got a full 11 hours to drive. Because if you don't do that, then you're trying to make it up. So let's say if you park, you leave where you got to drive 2 hours to get there, where you just pretty much wasted part of your 11 hours for the day. So either they want you to park at the consignee to drop off the load or within 30 miles. It's either one of those two. Within 30 miles, or more preferably, if you can park up at the point of to drop off the load. Next, under parking is appearance. This is truck wash. It's worth 5 points. Notice there's only one, which means you have to wash your truck once every 2 weeks. I wash my truck every week. TMC pays for that. You go, like for example, I go to the Blue Beacon truck wash. And when I'm there, I give them my employee ID number, I give them my truck number, I give them the trailer number, and They'll ask, is this basic TMC wash, truck and trailer? And you say yes. They'll put all that information in the computer. You sign for it, and you're done. So once every 2 weeks, but if you can, do it every week just to get it done and over with. All right, next, TQM. TQM courses, and this is worth 8 points. First one is worth 5. Second one is worth 3. So what TQM courses is, once you are in your truck, you call your fleet manager and you request your fleet manager to set you up with a TQM course. It could be at the Des Moines terminal, it could be at Joplin, it could be at Gaston. It's one of the terminals that you can request and to go to the course. Then they'll send you a message saying, hey, you signed up for this course, make sure you're here at so-and-so time. So the first TQM course is called Basic Course. What this kind of is almost like orientation, but with a little bit more information, about out of route, doing your books, keeping track of, like I said, out of route percentages, so on and so forth. Like I said, it's like orientation, but just a little bit more information. Advanced TQM courses is when you go and you learn what your manager does. Your manager, they're going to show you a computer screen of all the loads that he has, how he dispatches you, how he can locate you and track you and what your truck is doing, and where are you at on the map. He sees your hours, he sees how many hours you got left, and all that information. So that's what that course is. So you want to get those 2 courses, basic TQM and advanced TQM, so you can get those points. Okay, so let's go to the bottom. Endorsements. You want to have your endorsements before you come to TMC, because it's a lot more difficult to get these endorsements once you are in your truck, because you would have to go home, make an appointment, and it just takes a lot more time. So the first one, these are worth 8 points, is your passport. Pretty self-explanatory. You go to the post office, you sign up over there, you get your passport, and you come to TMC with your passport. Next one is your TWIC card. I'll go into that a little bit in more detail here in a second. And the last one is the hazmat course. Hazmat, that's to be able to carry, obviously what it says, hazmat. So when you go to the Department of Motor Vehicles, the same place that you get to take the exam for your CDL license, you just go there and request, hey, let me take the hazmat exam. There's some practice exams. You just got to go to your state and see what they are, where they're located. If you go to the school, if you're going through a CDL school in your state, before you come to TMC, just ask them where the free practice test is at, and they'll help you with that. You take those, you go to DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, you take the test, you get your endorsements on your driver's license. So now you're coming to TMC, not just with your passport, but with your hazmat endorsement. And hazmat is worth 2 points. The last one, well, not the last one, but the next to last is the TWIC card. What the TWIC card is for you to be able to enter the port of entry without escort. In other words, port of entry is where the ships come in and they bring containers. We pick up from those ports of entry. For example, twice so far I had to go to the port of Baltimore to pick up either lumber or whatever. So with the TWIC card, If you do not have the TWIC card, you would have to be escorted in. Sometimes that could take either 15 minutes or it could take 2 hours. It just depends on availability. You don't want to be sitting there all day waiting for an escort so you can go in and get your merchandise to get loaded on the truck. Because they got to escort you in, then they're going to have to escort you out, and there is a fee that you got to pay. TMC does reimburse you, but you know, it's better that you have your TWIC card. Let me show you an example of what that looks like. All right, so here's my TWIC card. So I just got rid of some private information there, but it looks just like that. So when you enter the port of entry at the gate, you show them your TWIC card, and they'll guide you where you got to go. Sometimes you have to go to the main office to get a pass to go in. But the most important thing is for you to have this TWIC card. That way you don't have to wait for somebody to escort you. Okay, that's it for me. You enjoyed this? If you have any questions about any of the information that I put out, please leave them down in the comments. I will get to them as soon as possible. All right? Voyager Pagoda, signing out.